Hi friends, it's Elizabeth. Today I want to talk to you about book launches. It's a subject that has been on my mind so much in the last several weeks and months. Why, you might ask? That's because one of my clients, my awesome client, Joey Coleman, just launched his awesome new book, Never Lose a Customer Again. And in fact, we just received news that he made #2 on the Wall Street Journal business bestseller list, which is so awesome. Yay, Joey. But in terms of launches, now that we're on the backside of the launch, hi everybody, thanks for joining. Now that we're on the backside of the launch, I've been thinking a lot about what happens from the moment that you're in the beginning stages of planning your launch all the way up to launch day. There's a lot of things that happen, these truths that authors often know about after the fact and after, hey Melissa, thanks for joining, after a book has launched. And because I've launched lots of books over the years, I realize that I walk around with all this knowledge in my head and that it would be really useful to share some of these truths to help you intentionally and strategically plan your launch so that it's as successful as possible. In fact, I'm going to be doing one of these videos every day this week, talking about these book launch truths that can help you use your time, money, and resources in the most effective way possible. So today's truth: no one strategy is going to make you a best-selling author. Now, you might be thinking, well, duh, I know that. I have, 50 people lined up to help me launch my book on social media. Thanks, Andrew, for the congrats. And that's great, and yet we need to think about launches from a diversification standpoint. Because with every launch, and this includes Joey's, even for someone who makes #2 on the Wall Street Journal bestseller list, there are things that go right about your launch and things that go wrong. And despite your best planning and intentions, certain strategies are not going to pan out as you think that they might. And so just like with investments or stocks or mutual funds, the more that you diversify, the better. The same is true with book launches. So if you're planning your launch and you say, oh, well, I'm just going to focus primarily on social media, well, that might be putting all your eggs in one basket. So if you look at your launch and you say, okay, do I have some social media planned? Do I have colleagues and partners promoting me to their communities or on their newsletter or blog? Do I have some podcasts lined up? Do I have some webinar interviews? Maybe you have some speaking lined up. Take a look at your strategy and make sure that you have diversification across a number of different areas. Why? Because some great strategies that worked even 6 months ago may not work as well for your launch based on your message, audience, and business model. It's really interesting as I look back to Joey's launch. Some of the promotion opportunities and strategies we had planned didn't pan out as well as I thought they would. And that was really interesting because those same strategies worked really well about a year ago or even 9 months ago. So regardless of your message and particular audience, the book space is constantly changing. There are things there's so many factors that we can't control. And so by having a diversified approach to your launch and having a number of different strategies and ways that you're promoting, that keeps you from being vulnerable to, using that like hottest strategy of the day that, goes out of favor with our audiences next week. So, and then too, it also allows you to be open to strategies that you might not have thought about that become apparent to you in the moment. So for example, Joey had a keynote on April 6th, which was the Friday of his launch week. And there was this amazing opportunity for him to be there on stage and to invite all 1,300 people watching him to grab this awesome bonus that he mentioned in exchange for buying a book on the spot. And that wasn't a strategy that we had been thinking about for months. It was something that we identified in the moment as we were leading up to launch week. So those are a couple of examples about how to diversify your strategies. So whether you're getting ready to launch your book right now or you have a book in your future, remember that there's no sure thing or there's no magic bullet. So make sure that you have a number of different strategies across a number of different areas to reach your readers and audience in a number of different ways, and think diversification. So I'd love to hear your comments and questions below in the comments section, and I'm happy to chime in and answer any questions you have. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be talking more about why you need dynamic strategies and what that will look like, and I'll be live every day this week. But thanks so much for joining, and look forward to seeing you on the next round. Thanks.